TUI Airways 514 Heavy, altimeter 29er, decimal 9er 2, wind calm. Cleared for takeoff runway 22.
Cleared for takeoff runway 22 TUI Airways 514 Heavy.
Welcome back then, aviation and bitches. Today I'm going to be mirroring a flight that I took just last week on Flight Sim 2020. I'm going to be going from Puerto, Vallarta in Mexico on a Tui 787 Dreamliner all the way to Manchester in the UK. Probably worth mentioning at this point that this Dreamliner in the sim is the Dash 10 787, whereas I flew on the Dash 8. There's a photo of it parked up on the gate at Manchester Airport Terminal 2. Now this is the following of the flight plan which I took on board the Tui Dreamliner, taking off out of Puerto Vallarta in Mexico over Texas, West United States up towards the northeast, New York over the border into Canada, in the far north of Canada, eventually getting out across the Atlantic Ocean and then towards Ireland and then over into the northwest of the United Kingdom and into Manchester, the slight dogleg onto runway 23 right. The flight plan that I've got set up for myself then in Flight Simulator is quite similar, taking off out of Puerto Vallarta and heading right back over on ourselves across Mexico into Texas and up the centre of the United States towards the northeast and then out over the Atlantic. The only difference being getting onto the ILS at runway 2 right in Manchester has been a bit of a faff, but I'll explain more about that when we get closer. Before we power up and piss off out of Mexico then, please can I just ask everyone to subscribe to the channel, like the video and perhaps head over to Instagram as well. Onboard refreshments over there too, if you could give that a follow, it would be very much appreciated as I try and grow the channel. If you're like me and into Flight Simulator and the odd craft ale, I'm sure it'll be right up your street. So as we get powered up and fucked off out of Mexico, then I'm getting quite concerned about the length of this runway and how much runway we've got left for this takeoff. Quite a heavy aircraft. I think I could have done with all of the runway. It looks like I started halfway down it. Shit the bed, I'm not going to make it. I tell you what, that was close, wasn't it? That was properly close, that. Right, let's get throttle on. Where's autopilot gone? No. Moved it again, fuck's sake. Autopilot. I'll have autopilot, there it is. I think I've turned auto throttle off there, didn't I? I've still got the landing gear up as well, and flaps. I'm all over the place here.
TUI Airways 514 Heavy, Mexico Center altimeter 29er, decimal 9er 2, continue as planned.
Yeah, I was flying with the auto throttle off, what a dipshit. As we climb out over the Pacific then, we'll sort of take a right hand turn and head back over ourselves sort of in that direction. If anyone's thinking of heading to Puerto Vallarta as a holiday destination, I would highly recommend it. The weather was glorious apart from one night when Hurricane Rosalind nearly put the windows in, but apart from that it was beautiful. quickly talk about this flight then. It's obviously going to be quite a long one going from Mexico to the UK. I think about 9, maybe 10 hours. We are going to have a sunset and then eventually a sunrise. I'll skip the vast majority of it, as I normally do, so you're not just sat staring at darkness as we go along. Hopefully you can still join me at the other end just after sunrise as we begin descent into Manchester. Welcome back then. This is obviously been a much longer one than I anticipated. It's taken quite a lot of stamina. What's that down there? Some sort of football stadium of some description? I wonder if it's the Old Trafford or the other one, Manchester City's ground. We'll never know. But anyway, here we are in Manchester. As I said, we've been given quite a strange approach for runway 23 right at Manchester, which involves us flying directly over the airport, pissing off in a sort of northeasterly direction, doing a bit of a turn, and then flying back in. Why this has happened, I've got no idea. You can sort of see it on my plan, just on there in front of us. If anyone does have any explanation as to why this is on Flight Sim and how to amend it so it's a an approach to the ILS which is more true to life, then please let me know in the comments. I would be very appreciative of some guidance on this one. On approach then, after a very long but I think a very beautiful flight really, 10 hours, but you know, you saw that sunset, you saw that sunrise, it was well worth the long flight we've had. Looking at our plan in front of us there then, I haven't got the approach mode on yet. The vertical sort of indicator there, the diamond is approaching the second circle down. When it does that, I'll turn on approach mode. The horizontal one at the bottom there is showing that we are just off to the left of centre of the runway. In fact, I think I'll put approach mode on now, then that should get us on the glide slope down to the runway.
TUI Airways 514 Heavy, wind 181 at tree. Clear to land runway.
So we're giving the all clear to land there. We've got our flaps set. I've turned off auto throttle so I'm in charge of how much power the engines are getting. Landing gears down, I've got a visual on the runway. Let's fucking get on with it then. Oh, what's this shit? Come on, fuck, get off. So I'm just battling with this throttle to make sure we don't stall, make sure we do reach that runway, trying to keep the speed at about 150 knots, that's what I want to land at ideally, maybe about 160. Get to about 300 feet and then wait for that call out and knock off autopilot. It's a bit of lag, but not as much as I've been getting lately, so I'm happy with that. Pappy lights show we're alright. Probably going to land from the external. There we go, autopilot's off now. I'm just too much of a shithouse to try and land from the cockpit. I like to be able to see where the ground is. Bit of lag. Seems to have stopped. Coming in a bit hard, I reckon, but... Oh yeah, wings flapped a bit, but no, that was alright that. I'll take that any day of the week. On the ground then after a 10-hour flight from Puerto, Vallarta, Mexico to Manchester in the UK, mirroring a flight I did personally with family just last week. Definitely the longest I've ever done on Flight Simulator, but very enjoyable for the scenery, etc. If you could subscribe to the channel, guys, give the videos a like, press the bell to get notified when new content's added. Similarly, head over to Instagram, give On Board Refreshments a follow. I would appreciate it to know that there are like-minded people out there who enjoy finals, aviation, flight sim. If you could do that, and hopefully I'll catch you next time I upload a video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.
TUI Airways 514 Heavy contact ground on 121.705.
121 decimal